Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the first episode of mine. I am going to cover a few things today about our war and hopefully make us better as a result. It's my very first video, guys, so just work with me. I have fixed some lag issues and some audio issues, so I hope this one comes out crystal clear for everybody. Nonetheless, get back to me if it doesn't, and I'll be posting some info here in the chat for you guys. But either way, guys, we had a tough loss. That clan, in my opinion, was a little bit better than us. Let's just take a quick look here and just compare. Just looking at the T halls. I mean, they had top 5 players had T hall 10s. All right, we only had, unfortunately, a top 2. All right, so that in and of itself is going to give them an advantage when it comes to their defenses versus ours, but we actually fought very well in comparison to them, so I'm actually proud of how we did overall. But I really want to make some videos to help us attack even better, fix some things on the defensive side as well. So with that, I've got a few things that we got to cover, guys, quickly, because I only got I think 10 minutes max on these videos here. First thing is, let's cover a couple things in regards to defense, guys. It looks like we had a couple holes in our bases. I believe Thug, number 11 here, looks like he had a hole in his base. In fact, over here where these giant bombs are, right in there, looks like, unfortunately, he's got holes. And that's exactly where this guy came in. And whether it would have made a difference or not, who knows? But holes are never a good thing. And just watching the replay here quickly, I mean, just going in there, it's pointless to even you have traps there, because you're just gonna set it off, and it's not really gonna be effective. All right, this was a 3-star. I don't really want to go into this one here. Just want to get that defense squared up. All right, so just keep in mind, let's try to not have any holes and make it even easier for them. Next, the other person who had holes, I believe, was Lord D, if I'm not mistaken. Let me scout here and just check. I think they probably, I think they came in over here by this giant bomb. So check that out, Lord D. Let's just watch a replay shortly, at least the intro. I believe that's where they came in. Yeah. So I mean, it's just pointless. They used it to lure the castle, set off a bomb, a giant bomb. So it's just useless. I think, really, let me just pause this. If you just take probably this corner piece here, that is right next to the dark elixir drill, and you just move that in, instead of like pointing at 9 o'clock, just like move it to the other side, of pointing towards 3 o'clock. That might just take care of it, but just work with the walls and you'll be able to close it up. Alright, so let's get out of here, guys, and take a look at what I wanted to focus on. Is a lot of you guys use drag raids, and I always use drags for many attacks, many wars, and I did well with them. I had a certain method that I used last war. Actually, the clan that faced us, they were really good with drags. I wish I would have had this up and running by then, because would have showed you guys some really good techniques. But this clan, honestly, they 3-star with some drag attacks. It wasn't impressive by any means. So I saw some replays, and it's not really something that I want to have you guys copy. It's kind of luck or just sheer overpowering. So I think what I have here, I think Crank did one, and I think Demon did one. So let's go take a look at those 2 attacks. Okay. Let's see, Crank, I think he hit 14. Let's see here. Yeah, he did. So let's go and watch this replay here. I'll pause it at the key moments. I mean, the first thing I'm going to do here is just show the layout of the bases. It's quite square, which is good for drags, because you want to control where they go. Now, there's different ways you can do it as well, and having a square base is even easier. But number 2, how I would approach it, since I have, a king and a queen, is I would first focus on this top part over here, like starting with this dark barracks, all right, and those couple gold mines and HUD, and work my way down here to the lab and these gold mines. I would use a hero, okay, to try to start eliminating those buildings, even if I'm just starting from, let's say, this outermost gold mine over here, and then move my way down this way. Okay, and that'll, if you use a hero to eliminate those buildings, then the drives aren't going to go around the base anymore because there's nothing there for them to attack. I do the same on this side too. I would, even if you left this DE storage alone and you just started from, let's say, this camp, that might be good enough. I would personally prefer to start at least from the barracks, or even the DE storage. But let's just say you started from this camp and worked your way down these barracks here. That would be a really good idea. And you can use, again, your heroes here, or you can use maybe like your clan castle troops, maybe a couple archers, and then once those buildings are taken care of, you can launch your drags. A lot of guys, you see me in chat say like 9 to 12 o'clock, for example. Spread your dragons, and 9 to 12 o'clock being 9 o'clock being where this dark elixir drill is at, and the 12 o'clock being where the dark barracks is at. And then they'll work their way in a line, across the base, which I like. You can do it the opposite way too. You can start from here, okay, and take, for example, this barracks and these elixir pumps and these camps, okay, take those out with your clan castle or your heroes or some, a few archers, and try to do the same over here with the DE drill, the pumps, the gold storages that are next to each other, and the barracks, and then launch your drags from 6 to 9 o'clock, and 6 o'clock being, for example, let's say this camp down here, or this builder hut, all the way to this camp over here, which would be like around 9 o'clock, and spread them in a line, and they'll move their way in unison across the base because you want to get that T-hole. Okay, now let's go ahead and watch what Crank does, because he does a good job nonetheless here. Alright, so he's got them in a line. He's using basically the second one that we were talking about. And he's moving along here. Now, another cool thing about this game you got to realize is the troops are like programmed to go after the clan castle troops, and you'll see them how they just did that there, and that kind of draws them in. You can use that to your advantage. Alright, in this case here, kind of drew them away. But sometimes if you're attacking from a certain area and the clan castle troops are going to go and lure your troops towards the center, that can be an advantage to you as well, so keep that in mind. I don't think I have a replay here. One who did have something similar to that, I think, was Ryan, if I'm not mistaken, but he used Go Wipe, and the Pekkas went straight for the Archer Queen, and then basically was able to 2-star a base, so I'll show that replay later. Alright, but as you can see, guys, he uses Archer Queen over here, on these bottom stuff over here, so no drags went through any of this stuff over here because the Archer Queen took care of all this. Okay, and you see he's using his king on the top side. Now finally one drag went with him, but that's better than having 2 or 3 drags just wasting their time on outer buildings. Alright, so that was a good one there, guys. Demon had another one. Who did he hit? Well, let's see. Demon, who did you hit? 16? Let me check if this is the one. Excuse me, guys. Alright, well, actually, I'm going to pause it right here, because this base right here, guys, with drags is actually... Let me just scout it for you guys, because I want to show you something when working with drags. Okay? You scout by pressing these air defenses and seeing what areas that they cover. You'll see that pretty much this whole line over here, alright, like, from the camps to this grouping of defenses to that camp, I mean, all that there is to defend against a dragon is 2 archer towers. That's it. That's all. The air defense isn't going to come into play. Same thing over here. Air defense isn't coming into play. The only thing that can defend the dragon over here is this archer tower. That's it. So, it obviously is going to hit a little bit here, but that's not much. So you can actually spread dragons, maybe just launch, let's say, 2 dragons up here. How I would do it is a little bit different. I would use 1 dragon here at this camp, 1 dragon at that camp, but launched at the very end so that it works its way down the line. Okay, maybe like, let's say, 2 drags up here at the right corner, at the top corner, and let them work their way down. I mean, they're gonna go perimeter. Alright, guys, I'm continuing on from the last video where I was talking about demon's attack. It got cut off at the 10-minute mark there. So let's come back and take a look at what he was working on and what I was explaining about scouting for that base. Let's see, so he fought D-Money. Alright. And basically what I was saying is, you know, use a drag, for example, at this, a couple drags here at this camp. And then you can use, you know, a couple here at this camp, and even your heroes, like for example, then you use like maybe your king here, and your queen here, for example, in this squad. Alright, so then you have 2 drags, your hero, and 2 drags, and your hero, and they're gonna basically work their way from through all this whole line right here. Alright, that's basically what they're gonna do. That's the path of least resistance for them, and there's enough buildings there to keep drawing them down that line. Alright, which will leave you about, you know, 6 more drags. Okay, you could do the same thing, guys, or try it. I know I've seen Crank do it, I've seen Ryan do it. They've 3-starred these bases, like the way that I'm telling you. So keep that in mind, because you'll see this base in the future. So when you do, the first thing that should come to mind is just drag rate it, okay? Because it's so spread out that the air defenses can't cover everything. So, and then the rest thing that I would do is, since the camp at 12 and the camp at 9 is gone, is I would just put 6 drags, alright, just within like this space right here, right, in a line, of course, alright, and then they'll work their way this way through the base, alright, and I'll use spells on them too, okay? You know, probably once they get within range of this guy, you know, hit the spells, and they're only gonna focus on these buildings here, alright, that are in these quadrants, which is like probably like 4 buildings at a time, maybe 5 buildings that fit, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and they'll keep on working their way across the base. Another thing you can do with this is, another thing, I would probably work from this side, because it's, you know, it's closer to the T-Hall. Alright, and I would do the same thing though. You can either, actually it's even easier, you can take, for example, even 1 archer here at this corner, at this bottom corner right here. Alright, and you'll see that 1 archer over here will take this down. And now, because of the new update, the camps, they barely have any armor. So here, actually that's not what it is. Yeah, I got 350. Send, you know, a couple archers here and a couple archers there, and boom, that's gone. Then if you want, you can then send a drag and a hero here, and a drag and a hero here. Okay, and boom, they're just gonna keep working their way around the perimeter. That's what they're gonna do, guaranteed. Same thing. Whatever you launch here is going to keep working where you guys around the perimeter. Let them do that, okay? Because they're going to go and take those buildings out. And then you go here, and within this space right here, go with like 6 drags. And once they get within the air defense range, which would be around here, okay, then you rage them. You know, rage them a couple times, and then heal them maybe 1 more time once they get over the clan castle. All right, and the thing is that the clan castle is going to bring them in, okay, to the middle of the base, because the clan castle is going to get alerted once these drags reach, you know, this range, and those troops are going to come out probably when they're on here. Boom, it's going to launch the drags right to the center, so that'll be perfect. Alright, so keep that in mind, guys. It's just about how to control where the dragons go. Alright, sometimes you can't, but there's a way to make it work for you, okay, so keep that in mind. Alright, now let's watch what Demon does here. Pretty good job. I mean, look, he's only got 2 drags that straight off to the side. Actually 3 now. Alright, there's 2 down at the this area down here. 2 here, and there's 1 all the way up here with the king. I mean, just knocking stuff down. Alright, which is not bad at all. Okay, could have controlled it a little bit better, but you know, man, that's, you know, you really can't complain too much. I mean, he timed it pretty well. Look how he comes and brings those balloons. I mean, there's nothing to take those balloons out. That's really smart to bring balloons once the air defenses are down, because they got so much armor and they're gonna go right for the fence, and they're really only gonna go after 3 things. So, I mean, look how quickly those balloons just kick butt. So So I mean, just being smart about it, man. That was a really smart move, bringing those balloons at that time. Once the air defenses are down. So really, really good job there, man. Good job. Who else we got here? That's pretty much it for now, guys. Basically, what I want to go over with drag is just reinforce, you know, taking care of the perimeter stuff, and then launching drags, so that you can control where they go. And if you do that, you'll be effective. I prefer 2 rage and 1 heal. That works, guys. If you have 4 spells, you know, maybe 2 rage and 2 heal. But just keep that in mind. So keep in mind the 2 things for drags, guys. Take care of perimeter buildings, and also be careful, because when the CC comes out, the clan castle troops come out, they will draw your drags. Now you can use that to your advantage. Alright, so just be smart and take that into consideration, okay? So that you can control where they go, and then not come to chat and say, hey, dumb drag. Alright, that's what the game's going to do, so you have to be smart about it and use it to your advantage. Alright, guys, so that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to make more videos, because I'm going to do one on Go Wee Wee, going to do one on Go Wipe, and get some more replays in there for those fighters. But I really want to focus on drags, because I want our lower level guys that use drags to start 3-starring bases, and allow the higher level players to really focus on, you know, top 10 players, versus having a 3-star down below, because it'll really help us out to win more. But nonetheless, guys, we really did a good job this war, in my opinion. We lost, but you know, that was really tough to fight another clan that's got 5 T-Halls when T-Hall 10s when we got 3 of them, or I mean 2 of them. All right, so let's see what happens next for, guys. Keep this in mind, practice, and then I'll let you guys know when I get another video for the Go Weebies and the Go Wipes. Take care.